Hello, bloodies. Thank you for visiting the crypt, or office, of the Dead and Laughing Show, where the collection of stories is growing almost every night by souls just like yours. I'm glad to have you here as we delve into tales of the unexplainable and the unbelievable. Verses of shadows and specters, witches and weirdos. Did you hear that? Don't worry. Pay no mind to the entity in your area. It likes to wait until you're all alone. Now grab your cuddle corpse and say a prayer that you don't live in these moments. Welcome to Live with the Afterlife. Okay. The hell? Oh, hello, bloodies. Need some teeth. What the hell? There's a duck in here. I'm not even kidding. There's a little duck in here. Oh, there goes the tooth. Yeah, there's a little duck. How are you doing? I was expecting you a little bit later. You caught me at a inopportune moment. Alright. Only need a couple. Doing something for somebody. They asked me for a favor, and well, I kind of owed them. So, yeah. Am I out of this? I'm out of this. Oh yeah. Welcome to the first episode of the new year. Hopefully you had a good one. Hopefully you didn't get too fucked up. Hopefully you didn't get somebody pregnant. And if you did, hopefully it was planned. God damn it, I need more of that now. Hopefully 2024 was mostly kind to you. And hopefully 2025 is going to be even nicer. Fingers crossed. We're going to need some of this. I wish I had a better mixing bowl, because this is all I got. Don't judge me. Alright. You're not here for any of that? You know, I'll put it aside. I feel like I'm being rude. I'm not being a good host. Today's scary stories, actually kind of close to what I'm doing right here. Today's scary stories are from two bloodies just like you. This one is called Ouija Boards and Spellbooks. Let's see if I find the right page here. The first story I have came from a young fellow. Actually, from the way he wrote this, makes it sound like he's maybe in his 30s. So a younger fellow. His name is John from Anaheim. I'm not going to say his last name. I don't want to put him out there. But John says this has been his experience throughout his life with Ouija boards. First time I actually played with a Ouija board was not by intent. I did not want to do it. But I was in middle school. My mall goth girlfriend decided, why not? So, she had one. One of the ones that you could just buy from any store. Also, like the little... She pulled it out. We started playing. We had the lights on. Didn't know really what to do. We just started playing. Because she thought it was so spooky, so cool. Me, I didn't know what to think about it. My first experience, everything got cool, everything got chilly, but it wasn't to the point where I was uncomfortable or scared. I was just curious, why do you get cold? Has it always been cold? Either way, we continue. I could feel the planchette being pulled, I thought it was her. I completely thought it was her. I didn't think, oh, we're speaking to a spirit. No, I just thought she was moving it around and acting surprised. Making it seem like I was scared as well, just so I could be able to give her a smooch. Oh, ain't that adorable? The hell was that? Something fell. As soon as I'm talking about this. That was weird. Well, either way. Just so I could give her a smooch. After that, nothing really happened. It was just colder. She seemed scared. I thought she was full of it. But I played along. After, like I said, smooch. A couple years later, I'm barely gonna enter high school. Again, mall goth girlfriend did the same thing. I thought, alright, sure, why not? Played along. Same thing as the last time. Same cold chill. I didn't know what else to think. She acted like she saw something. At least that's what I thought. She acted like she saw something. This time slightly different though. We did play in the dark. She had 2 candles. And it felt a little bit different. Maybe this one knew what she was doing, I thought at the time. But nothing else, really. By this point, same thing. I'll play along. Later on, I actually have a new girlfriend. And I thought it was the same. Mall goth girl. But I think I was wrong. Because she knew more than the others. This one said, "You want to play with a Ouija board?" I told her no this time because my other instances were pointless. They were doing all of it. I wasn't scared. I wasn't terrified. It wasn't spooky. It just got cold and they acted scared and they said that they saw something. Or when it was dark, oh, did you feel a hand on you? Oh, I felt this, or stuff like that. So I thought it was all bullshit. She, on the other hand, said, "Come on, it'll be fun. It's not like that. I like we could play. I've done it before, or I could play by myself. You can stay right here as long as you're in the room." I don't know how that would work, but all right, fine. So she turned out the lights. This girlfriend didn't have blinds over her window. She didn't have anything over her window. So it was just a clear view to the backyard. I thought, that's a little weird. That's the first thing I thought when I first went into her room. That's weird, but whatever. With the lights out, she pulled out a couple of candles, lit them, and started scribbling on a paper. First time I've seen that, I thought, what the hell are you doing? So I asked, what the hell are you doing? She said, "Oh, you could do it like this too." What? You could do it like this too? You never drawn one out by yourself before? No. Never did that one. I didn't know you could do that. Like, yeah, you could do that. Like, okay, that's weird, but okay. So, we continued. She even fashioned a little planchette. She also drew a little sun and moon just for the fun of it. Honestly, I thought it was adorable. But we didn't start yet. She sat down, closed her eyes. I don't know what the hell she was doing. Then she reached forward, grabbed the handmade planchette, and started moving it around. Started saying, "Hello, are you here?" and just asking questions. And then she stopped. Me not playing, obviously, as I stated. I'm just watching. She starts moving it. least that's what I'm thinking. She's moving it around. But she said, it's getting pulled. What? It's getting pulled. Me thinking, again, full of shit. But I could see her just go around. She asked, where are you? It said something. I don't know what the hell it said. I asked her, but she wouldn't say. She just looked a little bit freaked the fuck out. So, with that, I asked her again, what does it say? Just, I don't... How old are you? Oh, okay, just blow me the fuck off then. And she continued. She's like, huh, they're not that old. It says 67. Okay. Are you happy? Are you sad? She's just started asking these questions. And I didn't notice at the time. Well, at the moment when she started asking those questions, I didn't notice that the room started getting colder. Only way I did notice because you could see your breath. Not super thick, but lightly see your breath. I figured, yeah, I've been to that before, but normally outside it was warm. It wasn't cold today. It feels a little chilly in here. I started to pay attention more. At that moment, I could only see what could be described as a figure outside her window. It looked like just a shadow. Just somebody hunched over, like if they're peeking in through the window. I didn't know what to think. I thought my eyes were fucking with me. I'm laying on her bed, she's sitting down, playing with a Ouija board and all that shit. But no. I asked her, what is that? When she turned, she jumped a little bit. She didn't know what to say. She could swear that she could see it too. I asked her, what is it that you see? She described the same thing I was looking at. You could see somebody hunched over. You see the top of their head, their shoulders, and eyes. I didn't see eyes. So I asked, how big? So she said, and she said exactly like this, high like this, it's rounder, and that's exactly what I was seeing, but the eyes, I didn't see the eyes. So I sat up. I started focusing on it. You can kind of see eyes. In the stark darkness, you can see what appeared to be eyes. Just pale little shapes in the shadow. It honestly freaked me the fuck out. I thought that was some of the weirdest shit. She looked back at me, she's like, do you see it? I told her, yeah, I could see it. And when she asked me that, and I responded, a hit the window. A loud tap hit the fucking window. So as I'm sitting there, I jump, she jumps, and she looks back, and it's still standing there. And I'm looking at it, still standing there. I'm thinking some fucking creep is at her window, staring at us. Again, as she gets up, she's about to go to the light switch and turn on the light. You hear it again, a tap, a hard tapping sound. I'm thinking, what the fuck is going on? That's fucking no. She turns on the light. I turn to look at her. As the light goes on, I turn back. It's gone. All I could see is the reflection of the glass of the room. Me thinking, he's still right there. He's still right there. She asked, can you open the window? She wasn't getting near the window. Me, scared, I didn't want to open the window. But trying to impress my goth girlfriend, I said, sure. I stood up, I clenched my fist, and I opened the window. As I opened the window, nothing. I thought for sure there was somebody still standing there. It must have been. But no, there's nobody standing there. I even told her, like, I don't see anything. What do you mean you don't see? There's nobody there? No, there's nobody here. I'm trying to look side to side. I'm peeking as far as I can because of the screen. And there's nothing. Like, what? Really? Really? So, we go outside. We check. Nothing. The bushes underneath her door were not disturbed. Well, underneath her window. I just said door. Why the fuck did I say door? I'm stupid. But the bushes underneath her window were not disturbed. They were tall, compact. And I wondered, how the hell did it stand that close to the window? It's able to reach. I'm able to reach. I tried. I did it myself. I reached her window, and I was able to tap it. Just a quick little... That's it, just to see if I'm able to do it. Okay, where'd it go? Looking around. But how could that person get that close to the window? That doesn't make any sense. So, we kind of brush it off, even though, yeah, that was spooky. That was a little fucked up. We go back inside, lock the door. Her parents asked, what happened? Why'd you guys run outside? Well, they were in the living room, just watching TV. They didn't know what the hell was going on. We told them, oh, we thought we saw something. We thought we saw a cat. Only thing that came to mind, really. So, we went back to her room. She remembered that she didn't say goodbye. So this entire time, whatever the hell was there, still able to converse with her once she started up again. As she got up to the homemade Ouija board, I sat down on her bed, and I seen her sit down in the middle of the floor. As she reaches for this little homemade planchette, I could swear I seen it slide ever so slightly over. Just a little like that. She didn't have a fan on in her room. She didn't swing her hands or anything. And when she sat down very gently as to not move anything. So, I didn't bring it up. I thought, she's freaked out. And honestly, that freaked me out. So, I'm not going to say anything. It's just going to make things worse. So, as she sat down, she reached. I saw it move. She still grabbed it. And then she asked it, where are you? This time, I paid attention to what it was spelling out. You could see it spell backyard. Honestly, I tripped out. Inside my head, was losing my shit. I didn't really believe in this stuff. I didn't really think it was really happening. Hell, it probably wasn't happening. It could have been her fucking with me. But that doesn't explain the tap or the shadow. Doesn't explain the cold. Doesn't explain me being able to see my breath. With that last question, she finally said, I'm fucking done with this. And she said goodbye. After that, she rolled it up and she burned it. As she started to burn it, I asked her, why are you doing that? She said just so that way it completely cuts ties with it. So it wouldn't be able to still be here. Even though I said goodbye, I don't want it to possibly linger, whatever the fuck it is. So she started to burn it. As it burned away, I asked her, was that you? She said, what? Was that you? Were you somehow doing this? Did you plan this? No. I didn't plan this. I just figured since we were bored, why not? What the fuck? That was the last time I played with a Ouija board. Even though it was homemade, it looked like shit. It was made out of lined, what the hell? It was made out of lined college ruled paper, and even the planchette was made of the same material, just torn from another page. Even though that was the material used, I still got scared. I still panicked. I didn't want to really tell her that I was panicking, but I panicked. After that, we laid down, talked, tried to warm up, because it was still cold inside that room. After a little while, we left the room, we went to the living room. Her parents were in their room already, and they were, I don't know what the fuck they were doing, but they were doing whatever, as we just started watching TV. Fucking shit. Should I say this part? It's strange to think that I lost my virginity to that one, considering she was the weirdest out of all of them. But it didn't last long. We ended up breaking up not that long after. Did you have to add that? Did you have to add that? Fucking shit. It was fun, but now I'm older. I have kids. My wife, I guess you could say I have a type, is a gothic girl. And she does have one, but I don't play with it. She doesn't play with it. It's more decor. We tell our kids not to play with it. Not to play with them. We have the planchette separate. What do you think? Do you think these instances were legitimate? Do you think these mall goth girlfriends were just fucking with me? Sometimes it pops through my head, since my wife is goth and we have crazy shit throughout the house. Please let me know what you think. Anybody who has similar moments, feel free to reach out. I'm not putting your last name, so they're not going to be able to reach out. You can reach out here. What do you think about this dude's story? I mean, I have played with Ouija boards as well. I have had multiple instances, not really all too similar. Sometimes when I was playing with them, it was the same thing. A couple of them have been homemade, and yeah, it's like whatever, you still get like the same thing. At least that's what I've noticed. You get the same interaction, the same type of shit going on. So, okay. When you're just, yeah, I've seen people play with them by themselves. Did that one time with Ghoulie Julie, where we were in her room and she was playing by herself in front of me because it was just like, no. And it wasn't because, oh, I don't believe it. It was because, no, I've had bad experiences. No. Playing with a Ouija board and something just, like, it feels like something brushes against you and it's cold is like, the fuck? No. No, I'm not doing it. Let's just finish. Goodbye. That's it. I'm done. As for the whole, like, oh, it gets colder type of thing, sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't. Different experiences that I've had playing with a Ouija board. Yeah, sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Do you get the responses? Do you feel like it's getting pulled? Yeah. You don't know who the fuck is pulling it, though, or if they are pulling the fucking thing. It could be something else, another spirit. That one, I don't know about. I never played with it by myself, so I don't know. I really don't know how legitimate that shit is, but some of those moments have been strange. And as for the tapping, oh yeah, I've heard that playing with Ouija boards. I have definitely heard that playing with a Ouija board, where it's just, hey, it's kind of colder in here, ain't it? That's weird. Fuck it, and we continue, and then What the fuck? That was you, wasn't it, fucker? And we're just playing around. Yeah. Just when you get brushed and you're like, what the fuck was that? And you're looking around, there's nobody behind you. It's trippy. When you get certain descriptions, it's trippy. When you ask questions about your personal shit, it gets fucking weird. And I'd say don't do it. I'd say don't do it, but I'd also say do it. Why? Because I'm bipolar. Not really, I'm not bipolar. I'm just ADHD and I'm an ass. So I'd say go ahead, but at your own risk. That's your thing. But always make sure you say goodbye. Always make sure you say goodbye. Because if you don't, whatever the fuck you possibly summon, or... well, if it works, whatever you summon is gonna be there. It's gonna fucking linger. And it will get angrier because you're not paying attention to it. So, I'd say always say goodbye. As for playing with them, go ahead. Fuck it. Go ahead. Play with them. Oh, Jesus shit. Man. It's either just pull it out or pull one out. What the fuck is wrong with me? On to the next story. Hopefully you liked that one, bloodies. Hopefully you did. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. This one does include drugs. I am not joking. This one includes drugs. This one, they want to stay anonymous. I'll just put the initials that they put. So, J. This one, J says, hello. This happened when I was in high school. Why high school? Why are these motherfuckers doing this shit in high school? Why not college? This happened when I was in high school. Yeah, this happened when I was in high school. I got my hands on the Necronomicon. It had little spells in there. Didn't Aleister Crowley write that one? I don't remember. It doesn't specify who wrote it. It just says, like, yeah, I got my hands on it. And I started to use some of the summoning spells. But beforehand, I figured I'd make it a little fun. I had already started experimenting with drugs. And the one that I took that day was LSD. Damn. Mostly I smoke weed. I do drink. But at that time I was into harder stuff. So that day just happened to be LSD. Some time went by after I took it, and thinking, well, let's see. Brought out the book, brought out some candles, started reciting. I had everything done, symbols and all that, and nothing was happening. Hell, I even thought, this is bullshit. I thought also that the LSD that I bought was bunk. I thought it was just some bunk shit that was sold to me because I'm young and stupid. Well, that happens. I thought I just got a piece of paper with a little picture on it, and I ate it like a jackass. As time started going by, I continued pushing on, thinking it's gotta kick in sometime sooner or later. It's gotta kick in. So, I kept doing it. Tried one, then another little summoning spell, then another. Nothing was happening. Till I started noticing I could see something. The corner of my eye. By this point, I neglected to mention, I turned out all the lights. I only had the candles lit. I had the symbols drawn out. We had wooden floors at the time, so it was easier to draw it on the floor. Damn, man, you better scrub that shit afterwards. Well, you should have scrubbed that shit afterwards. But it was easier to draw on the floors. As I wasn't paying attention fully, I could see something in the corner. Now, I'm the youngest child, and this looked like a young child. I'm not really sure what the hell it was, but as I looked over, you could see it hunched, squatted in the corner of my room. Me thinking, the LSD is finally kicking in, something's happening. I started to notice it shiver. This little shape just shivering right there. I didn't know what the fuck it was. It didn't have a normal skin tone. It looked like a shadow, like a slick shadow. Kind of like spilled ink. Oh, that's weird. As you just sat there shivering, I didn't know what to think. I could hear, ever so slightly, a little cry. I thought it was coming from outside. But as I paid attention more, it wasn't coming from outside. I could hear it coming from that direction, right where that little thing was. I couldn't specify head, shoulders, or anything, but you could see it hunched down, just shivering, shaking, as if it was whimpering in the corner. Finally, I acknowledged it. I looked directly at it, because this whole time I've been glancing at it from the corner of my eye. I looked directly at it. I could see a clearer image of it, and the fucking thing was still just the same as it looked in the corner of my eye. It looked fuzzy. It had a slick, spilled ink sheen to it. I couldn't understand what the hell is going on. I still don't understand what the hell that was, but it was sitting there, shaking, and a slight cry was coming from it. I noticed the room started getting a little warmer. I didn't think anything of it. I started to sweat. I just thought, I need to open the window. Or maybe turn on a fan. I need to do something because it's starting to get warm in here. It sounds like your shit was starting to work. So as I'm sitting right there looking at this fucking thing, I finally said something. Hey! Hey! Fucker didn't move. It didn't turn to look at me. At least I don't think it did. It still had the shivering. So as I'm sitting right there, I'm looking at the book, thinking, what could this have been? I did 3. What is it? None of it describes anything that I should be summoning. None of it was describing what the fuck that was. So I didn't know what the hell is going on. As I closed the book, I looked over at it again, and the fucker looked at me. It jerked in emotion as if I startled it. I closed the book, looked over at it, and the same instance it jerked and looked at me, and I could see these little eyes. Not bright, but they were still white. I seen that, and I got scared shitless, because I didn't expect it to fucking look at me. But it did. After that, I turned on the light. It was gone. I'm sweating like a pig. I blow out the candles. I wipe up whatever the fuck I can off the floor, and I still feel as if this thing is in the room. I don't know what the fuck is going on at this point. Only thing I think of is I need to get outside because I am burning up. Sounds like you're having a bad trip. As I go outside, as I'm moving, things start to look a lot different. I started to notice some things were melting a tad bit, and I need to relax. So I laid down outside on the grass. The cool grass felt good against my skin. Looking up, I was just seeing the night sky at this point, and I didn't know what to do. I laid there, closing my eyes, and every time I closed my eyes, I would see it. I would see the same image of it jerking its head and looking at me. Of it just staring at me. My sweat started to go away. I started to feel okay. I opened my eyes and I could still feel that everything wasn't right. I could see some of the stars in the night sky were spinning. So I figured I'm still feeling it. It's still in my system. So I laid there, slightly panicked but calming down. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, I got up and went inside. Looking at the clock, it has only been 10 minutes since I went outside. So I sat down, I put on some soothing music, and tried to relax. Because this wasn't working. It wasn't good for me. I was panicking again. Fucking shit. Ever since then, I haven't used LSD. I think I had a bad trip. I asked people about it, and they told me that I had a bad trip. Then they asked me again, why the fuck were you doing that? On acid. I said, to open my mind, to experiment, so I can feel one with nature, like an asshole. After a little chuckle, I told them I was just bored. I wanted to mess around with, I wanted to use it because I've heard of people who actually have taken acid and they had a good trip. I was warned before that there is a possibility of a bad trip. I wasn't told how a bad trip would happen. I was just told that a bad trip can happen. Some examples didn't include anything I went through, but I was told about them. Why didn't you include it? That would have been great. That would have been great. But I was told about good experiences. Things melting. People wondering why is this color. Just having fun, laughing at things. So I thought mine would be that way. Especially as I was practicing with this fucking book. I still have the book. I didn't get rid of it, but I'm not going to do anything with it. God. I'm wondering if it was even real now. I still think about those moments, and I'm wondering if it was real. What do you think? Let me know. Okay. This is what I think. You're a jackass. Why? It doesn't even say how many tabs you took. So I'm guessing you had enough for like what? A small sheet? Like a little thing? So you probably, like what? A couple hits? Maybe? And you panicked. You saw stars like spinning. So yeah, you're tripping out. Everybody's trip is different. Everybody. I've come across people who are like, I had a bad trip and I'm never doing acid again. Even those that I had a bad trip, but I did it again and it was great. So it's up and down, 50-50. I don't know. It just whatever's going through your mind at the time, whatever can influence what's happening in your mind can influence what the fuck you see, what the fuck you're hearing. Your hallucinations will be fucking crazy. A lot of other people have said that they're not hallucinations. That one guy I met swore he saw the fucking sky open, a woman give birth to a baby, so he saw everything in the sky. So just a giant cooch, and a baby came out, and then he saw a face come down and kiss it. And he swore that really happened. Like, no, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's fucking it. If that really happened and everybody was able to see it, guaranteed conservatives will lose their mind because there's a giant pussy in the sky. But everybody would be freaking the fuck out. Because there's a giant birth canal giving birth to a baby and a fucking huge face kissed it. everybody would be freaking out. But he would say, oh, it's on another dimension, it's all this. It's like, you have done too much drugs, and you need to relax. But, hey, to each their own. If it's not harming you, go right the fuck ahead. If it is harming you, then you need to stop. If you're doing acid and you're only having bad trips the whole time, stop. For fuck's sake, because you're going to go crazy. It's like, as I said, it could be up and down. Hell, my brother actually fucks around with that, and at a certain point, I think it was shrooms the last time he fucked around with psychedelics, and what the hell was it? It was some video, Johnny. It's somebody with a huge head in a wheelchair zooming around all over the place in night vision, and it looks fucking weird. It's weird to see normally, and to think about watching that when you're on shrooms or on any kind of psychedelic sounds fucking crazy. But he said he had fun, and he was watching and he was laughing. He was like, okay, well, hey, as long as it's not harming you, you're having fun. Okay. Also, people have said that they've seen things turn like cubism. Like a couple of dudes seen the sunrise, and it was cubism. It was all cubes, not Minecraft, not that shit. The description was, it was like moving blocks into itself all over, and everything was made up that way. And it wasn't only one person that saw it, it was two people that saw it. And they were both seeing this and like, whoa, you fucking see this? And it looks sick, and like, holy shit, this looks fucking amazing. You see it? And then they were talking about it like, yeah, it's cubes. And it's like, and the only description that I was given was, it looks like sugar cubes, like large sugar cubes, like switching, going in and out of each other, comprising everything. Which sounds fucking awesome, fucking spot. My own experience, I saw a wall melt into itself and everything started getting looped and spun, and it tripped me the fuck out. After that, I figured it wasn't for me because I started seeing some weird shit. So, no. And then I got blackout drunk, and I don't remember all of it. Just the one thing that stuck out to me was the wall melting to itself. Like, just go like that and just start to twist and swirl. And I was just, what the fuck? And yeah, after that, just blackout drunk. I didn't want to remember that one. That's the only thing I do remember, mostly. Mostly. I don't think about it. Yeah, mostly. That's the only thing I mainly remember. Oh, and as for the bad ones, did know somebody who who took something that was acid-based. It was, and he could swear there were shadows following him. Even turn on all the lights. He's like, there's a ninja. We put Venture Brothers on, and he lost his fucking mind. It was hilarious. He thought there were ninjas coming out everywhere for him. Going outside at night with a motherfucker that's seeing all that, he swore he was being stalked by ninjas. It was hilarious. While me and a friend were like, dude, you're fine. Shut up. Lay down. You're okay. Like, man, there's a fucking underneath the car. We're like, dude, shut up. You're okay. And he's just, oh god, they're everywhere. Like, shut up. You're fine. Just relax. If you start seeing anything different, you start panicking, let us know. We'll calm you down. We'll try our best. Okay. We kind of did our best, but mainly we're laughing our ass off. We're laughing our asses off because he just... everything he was saying didn't make any fucking sense. It was great. Yeah, that's around the time I started watching people do all this shit, because it was just so much funnier to see than to go through it, because sometimes up and down, like I said, 50-50 shot, you're going to see some weird shit, panic, or you're going to enjoy it. So, it's a lot more fun just to see it. Calming people down like that, it's kind of hard. Sometimes it's easier, sometimes it's incredibly difficult because they think you're a fucking hallucination. It's It sometimes it's a bitch. Other times, fucking hilarious. But I digress. I'm not saying to do any of this. I'm not saying to try any of it. I'm saying if it doesn't hurt you, go right ahead. If you're like smoking meth and shit, then you need to stop that. If you're doing heroin, stop. Anything that's gonna hurt you and others, stop. Just don't do it. Smoke some weed, relax, just something else. You got an alcohol addiction, like I had a alcohol problem, stop. It's gonna kill your liver and you're just gonna everybody's gonna hate you. Yeah, a majority of people didn't like me. So, yeah, other people fucking love me. So it just depends. Fucking shit. Hopefully you enjoyed these stories. As to the people who sent them in, thank you very much. Oh wait, I need to go back to that page. I need to finish off. And don't make fun of my McDonald's bucket. No, that's not it. Fuck. I gotta do that today. Oh wait, but I'm missing something. Fuck. Yeah, that's it. Alright, bloodies. You can go ahead, leave. Remember, this will be on YouTube. This will be on Spotify. So remember, like, subscribe, play on my bell, stay notified, follow on Spotify, do all that fun shit to keep up to date. Go check out the merch over on Threadless. There is stuff for Live with the Afterlife. There is stuff for the Dead and Laughing Show. I will put a design for the gaming stuff, Crude the Corpse. I already have one done, and it's black metal. It's like black metal-y fucking design. I actually love the way it came out. It was kind of a bitch, because it's like trying to do it symmetrical. It was a bitch. But still, it's really worth it. Other than that, like some other designs are going to be up there. If you want early access to this, remember, Patreon. Become a bloody or a best bloody. They're not expensive, they're cheap, and it goes to help with the show. It's going to make things better for the show, and it'll support us at the Dead and Laughing Show. So we'll be able to grow, be able to do more, and I'd be able to pay some fucking bills on time. So yeah, if you want to help out, there's that. Also, my own artwork, my own creations over on Crude the Corpse on Instagram. Yeah, I do commissions as well. Not a lot, here and there. So go check those out. I already finished some commissions. I'm waiting for some of them, like payments, so I can send those out. And those will be coming soon. Follow the Instagram for the Dead and Laughing Show to keep up to date with everything Dead and Laughing related. Even the gaming channel showed up on there, and the Twitch schedule. So follow on Twitch as well. Comic strips on TikTok, and that's about it. I need to finish this. Fuck, what am I gonna use? What am I gonna use? I'll figure that out. Bye, bloodies. Damn. I need to find another one.